Hello and welcome to another update video about Band. Band protocol, it's a coin that I have never really talked about here in the videos on the channel. It's a coin that we talked about in the channel membership. Have been talking about that for a while, but also here something that looked quite interesting has dropped into something that might be worth for the watch list, but not really more than that. And why is that? Well, first of all, this is the Band chart here. Prices come from Binance. We can carefully assume that we moved up in a wave 1 here back in April 21, and that we completed a correction in a wave 2 here in October. So first of all, let's just generally take a look here at the Fibonacci retracements, and we can see that unfortunately Band dropped below the 88.7% Fib level back in May. That is not a good situation. However, also, again, just need to be clear here, and I reset that to 0. That's where we need to start it, but it doesn't make a difference really. But any coin that drops below that level is not in a good position generally, so Band is still below that level. So the absolute minimum expectation for Band is it has to break above 270 to consider something really more bullish. That is very important. It was also not a good sign that we came down, we retested from below and then got rejected and have been moving until now basically, and we are below that level. However, what is interesting, because I talked about Band with the channel members when we saw that spike. There was certainly a chance that this could become a proper impulse in 5 waves. Basically wave 1, 2, 3. But then I told everybody, we now need to see a wave 4, and we need to hold a certain support level. Can't remember which level that was, but it obviously dropped too far down. But to get more confidence into something more bullish, we would have had to hold wave 4 support and then push higher in wave 5. 5 waves up would have given us a really, really nice trade setup in the following retracement. Unfortunately, what did Band do? Band completely dropped, and possibly triggered by FTX, because the whole market sold off. That bullish potential wasn't used. So all I can do at the moment, I can count this as a leading diagonal at best, in that I say this was a wave 1, this was a wave 2. And we're now waiting for the wave 3 to play out. Unfortunately, the wave 3 isn't really playing out. And the problem with leading diagonals is always that, so first of all, when you get a pump like that, it's always too late anyway, right? But it can act as a signal. But then if the signal breaks down again, it's not high confidence anymore. So from a bullish point of view, surely this diagonal pattern that I've sketched on the chart here can play out as long as we are in this channel, as long as Band is sort of in the channel, constrained by the channel. And we could argue that this might be here a leading diagonal. A leading diagonal, however, is a chart structure that is, just due to the nature of it, very unreliable, because it can very easily be counted in a corrective ABC structure. So I would never really like diagonals. I've shown you a lot of diagonals here recently, and they often just break down. And I always mention diagonals are not high reliable patterns. They are not highly reliable patterns. They are patterns that, yes, could point towards bullish potential, so we don't want to ignore them, but they can also easily just be corrective waves and break down once more. So it's something to be aware of, and this here is something where I'm not interested in buying at the moment, because what I want to see to get more confidence that we get back into an uptrend, I now need to see 5 waves complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be a 5-wave structure. Then we can really call it a complete leading diagonal. Then we will probably get a wave 2 correction down. And this is the moment when a long entry can be made, from my point of view. Can you buy it now? Of course you can buy it now. That's entirely up to you. I don't tell you to buy or not. I just purely tell you how likely I find it to play out. Not very likely in this stage. Or, well, I can't really make a comment, because it can play out, certainly, but it is not until I see the 5 waves that I really believe this structure, okay? The advantage of the current setup here is that we've moved up strongly, we've retraced, we are very, very close to a key invalidation point, which would be below the wave 2 low. So if we drop below 134, yeah, this is most likely not going to work out, because this is the wave 2 low, then the 1-2 setup is invalidated. And a stop loss, that means a stop loss can be set quite tight, but it can obviously move up into the $5 region if it works, or $4 region, $5 region. So the reward to risk ratio is quite interesting, but it's not necessarily high probability to work out, okay? So yeah, that's where we are. You know, this could become a leading diagonal, but until I see the 5 waves, not high confidence. This can easily break down until we have all 5 waves complete. Only when we have the 5 waves complete, we can have more confidence that a wave 2 is going to hold. Until then, it's too early. And the fact that we broke down after pushing is not a sign of strength at the moment. So it's a bit of a game of patience here, or a speculative long trade possibly. But then you need to know that, yes, low risk, high reward, but it's not necessarily high probability that it's going to work out, because it is at best a leading diagonal. And as I said, below $1.34 pretty much, this whole pattern is not going to work out and probably going to continue the downtrend, okay? Okay, and that's my update about Band. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.